أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فقد قال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم واعبدوا الله ولا تشركوا به شيئا وبالوالدين إحسانا وبذي القربى واليتامى والمساكين والجار ذي القربى والجار الجنب والصاحب بالجنب وابن السبيل وما ملكت أيمانكم إن الله لا يحب من كان مختالا فخورا. صدق الله العظيم. My dear respected brothers and elders, today we started the Taraweeh prayer with Surah Nisa. From the very beginning, Allah Ta'ala, these are the verses that are recited when somebody gets married in the khutbah of nikah. From the very beginning, Allah Ta'ala is talking about fearing Allah. Ya ayyuhan nasu ittaqu rabbakum. O people, fear Allah. O people, fear Allah. And He has given the permission in the Quran to marry 4 women, no more than 4. And He also stated in today's Taraweeh, وَلَمْ تَسْتَطِيعُوا أَن تَعْدِلُوا بَيْنَ النِّسَاءِ, that this is only for those who are capable of looking after 4 in equal way. That if you cannot look after 1, then what's the point of getting 2? Let it not be that you incline yourself towards 1 and you forget about the other. So only those people that can have the quality of looking after 4 wives should be allowed to do this. Then after Allah Ta'ala talks about the haqq of the yatim, the haqq of the ladies, then He talks about inheritance in the Quran. That what should a lady get, what should a husband get, what should a son get, what should a grandfather get. Allah Ta'ala has given us all that we need to know. And then it goes on and it talks about namaz. Inna as-salata kanat ala al-mu'minina kitaban mawquta. Verily namaz is farz upon the mu'mineen in its prescribed time. Then you have several other ahkams when it comes وَإِذَا حِيِّيتُم بِتَحِيَّةٍ فَحِيُّوا بِأَحْسَنَ مِنْهَا أَوْ رُدُّوهَا. That when you are greeted, it is wajib upon you to respond with the same greeting. If not, then give better than what you have been greeted with. For example, if somebody says Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, there is wajib on you to recite the same wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. And the Quran also says بِأَحْسَنَ مِنْهَا أَوْ رُدُّوهَا. Even do better and say wa barakatuh. Allah will give you more reward. The ayat I wanted to talk about today was when Allah Ta'ala says وَاعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَلَا تُشْرِكُوا بِهِ شَيْئًا. Worship Allah وَلَا تُشْرِكُوا بِهِ شَيْئًا, and do not associate no partners with Him. وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا, and do good to your parents. Allah Ta'ala says worship Allah, and then before the rights of the parents He says وَلَا تُشْرِكُوا بِهِ شَيْئًا. How wise that He brings do not associate partners with Allah before the parents, because only that person can fulfill the rights of human beings if he fulfills the rights of Allah. If he cannot even fulfill the rights of Allah, how is he going to fulfill the rights of the parents? That's why the right of Allah comes before the right of the parents. وَلَا تُشْرِكُوا بِهِ شَيْئًا. Do not associate no partners besides with Allah. Then Allah Ta'ala goes on and He says وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا, do good to your parents. It did not say give your parents their rights or serve your parent. It said do good to your parents. Ihsana, the word ihsana means do good. It has a very big meaning. Not only you help them with your wealth, but you help them with your time, with your body, with you being there for them. You speak to them in a nice way. You don't make them angry. You don't dishearten them. You keep friendship with those who they keep friendship with. This is what it means with ihsana. Then Allah Ta'ala, we have many ahadith that state how Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said one should respect the parents. It comes in many ahadith and many Quran ayats. وَبَرًّا بِوَالِدَتِي, have shukr for me and have shukr for your parents. وَإِذْ أَخَذْنَا مِيثَاقَ بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ لَا تَعْبُدُونَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ. Remember when we took the pledge from the Bani Israel that you shall not worship no one besides Allah and you shall be good to your parents. Anishkurli wali walidayk, be grateful to me and be grateful to your parents. Many a times it comes in the Quran. Ridal Rabbi fi ridal walid, the happiness of your Lord is in the happiness of your parents. وَسَخَطِ الرَّبِّ فِي سَخَطِ الْوَالِدِ. The anger of your Lord is in the anger of your parents. The second part of the Quran goes on to describe وَبِذِي الْقُرْبَى, your family ties, your relations. وَالْيَتَامَى, and be good to the orphans. وَالْمَسَاكِينَ, to the needy. وَالْجَارِ ذِي الْقُرْبَى وَالْجَارِ الْجُنُبِ. وَالْجَارِ ذِي الْقُرْبَى, the close neighbor. وَالْجَارِ الْجُنُبِ, the far neighbor. Some Mufassir say the close neighbor means the neighbor that is next to you. وَالْجَارِ الْجُنُبِ, the far neighbor means the neighbor that is a couple of doors away, or on the same road maybe. Hazrat Abdullah ibn Abbas, he narrates this as وَالْجَارِ ذِي الْقُرْبَى means the neighbor that is a Muslim. And وَالْجَارِ الْجُنُبِ has come second because it is the neighbor that is a non-Muslim. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam himself has said that some of your neighbors have more right than the others. Some neighbors have one right, some neighbors have two rights, some neighbors have three rights. The neighbor with one right is that neighbor who is your neighbor but a non-Muslim, and neither is your family. The neighbor with two rights is that neighbor who is a Muslim but he's not your family. And the third person that has three rights is that neighbor who is a Muslim and is also your family. It comes in a riwayat of Sahih Bukhari that Hazrat Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said that Hazrat Jibreel was explaining to me so much about the neighbor, about loving and caring for the neighbor, that I thought that they will have even a share in the inheritance. That's how much he was telling me about the love and care so one should have for a neighbor. The second part, it goes on, وَالْجَارِ ذِي الْقُرْبَى وَالْجَارِ الْجُنُبِ وَالصَّاحِبِ بِالْجَنْبِ, the companion by your side. This could mean even when you are traveling on a train or in a car or in a coach, the person that is sitting next to you, whether he be Muslim, whether he be non-Muslim, whether he be practicing, whether he be non-practicing, he has a right that you help him, that you give him space. If we was to act upon the Quran and everybody was to act upon what it says, that everybody gives each other their rights, you will see no conflicts. You see arguments happening on buses and trains. That's because one says this is my chair, one says this is his chair. Nobody is willing to give up their right. If one was to follow the Quran, it will lead and it will help solve so many problems in society. And then Allah Ta'ala goes on and says, وَمَا مَلَكَتْ أَيْمَانُكُمْ وَابْنِ السَّبِيلِ comes before that, and the traveller. For if a traveller comes into you, a musafir, it is your duty. Allah has given you, each person his duty, that you help them and you look after them. وَمَا مَلَكَتْ أَيْمَانُكُمْ, and those of your slaves, meaning your bondsmen, your bondswomen. And in today's day and age, you can take it as your employees, your workers, that you look after them, that you feed them, that you pay their wages on their time, that you don't look down upon them. And then how beautiful the last ayat of the Quran, after Allah gives everybody their haqq, He says, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ مَنْ كَانَ مُخْتَالًا فَخُورًا. Verily Allah does not like those who have pride and those who have arrogance. Now what has this got to do with the haqq of the rights I've just mentioned before? It is the only person that won't give these people their rights is that person who has pride and has arrogance. It comes in many riwayat, many hadith. There's a hadith from Hazrat Abdullah ibn Mas'ud in Sahih Muslim and in Mishkat, that person who has even a weight of iman of a mustard seed, he shall never ever enter the fire. And that person who has even a weight of a mustard seed of takabbur, of pride, he shall never ever enter Jannah. And it comes in another hadith when Abdullah ibn Mas'ud was narrating this, that one Sahaba said, so if a person looks nice, he wants to look nice, he wants his shoes to be nice, he wants his clothes to be nice, is this also takabbur? And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Inna Allah ta'ala jameel wa yuhibbul jamal. Verily Allah is beautiful and He loves beauty. This is not takabbur, this is one looking after himself. Takabbur is when you look down upon other people. May Allah Ta'ala save us from the ill force of takabbur, because this was the very first sin that was to come on this earth. Shaitan did nothing else. Why did Allah call him Inna Shaitanur Rajim? He sent him out, قَالَ فَخْرُجْ مِنْهَا فَإِنَّكَ رَجِيمٌ. Get away from here, get lost till the day of Qiyamah. وَإِنَّ عَلَيْكَ لَعْنَتِي إِلَى يَوْمُ الدِّينِ. Curse be upon you. Why? What did he do? He don't do zina, he don't do adultery, he didn't gamble, he didn't drink wine. He was inqaad of one sajda. Just one sajda, he said, I'm not going to do it. Out of what? Takabbur. This is the very thing that insan loves to be himself. But this sifat is Allah alone. Allah calling himself mutakabbir. Who are we to call ourselves mutakabbir? Only Allah can have this attribute, and this is only and only for Allah. May Allah Ta'ala give us tawfiq to act upon what has been said. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.